Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dice on Ice. This is Megan, and as you can see, we have a bit of a new setup going on, and I'm very excited to try it out. Hopefully, there is no... we can reduce the amount of technical difficulties as much as possible. I am playing with fire here, but tonight I'm so excited to play this game and with these awesome players. This is set in the setting of Harbinger, but it's a little bit different in that it is Astropunk, which is basically if the 1960s kind of froze, but then fast forwarded very far into the future. So there's no digital; it's all analog still. Yeah. So without further ado, let us begin. But first, a note: this episode of Mission 99, Men Like Galahad and Sir Lancelot, has been brought to you by Salvation.
Your hairline fade away. Why cover up with fake hair, disgusting paint, or that hideous hat your mother got you when you can grow your own thick locks? Now, you might be wondering, how can I grow my own hair? There hasn't been a shadow on my dome since 2039. Well, fear not, with Acme's revolutionary hair growth cream, Salvation, you too can have your own luscious locks in no time. Scientifically engineered by leading astroscientists, Salvation is guaranteed to stimulate your follicles using patented Astra technology, growing back your hair twice as thick and twice as soft as what you had before. So say goodbye to patchiness, bald spots, and fly rinks. Women will want you, and men will want to be you. With Salvation, you don't just gain hair, you gain the confidence and respect you deserve. Feel like the hero you always knew you were? Try Salvation today.
Okay. So you are all on your ship, and your captain has ordered you all into the transmission hub, where you will be transported throughout, you will be transported to this vessel, where you are to pick up a package and bring it to this, some may call him a high roller. He doesn't like to wait, and you know that. But not long after you were in view of this thing, of this ship, you got a distress signal. A distress signal that was the voice of your captain herself. And after you hear this distress signal, what is everyone's reaction? We will start with Raiden. You just finished hearing the panicked voice and the odd music interplayed between your captain. What is your reaction?
Yeah. Ray is not shy of damsels in distress and distress calls and the like. And so I think he would be further back in the ship at some point, but he hears the distress call and like comes out to the main bridge and of the ship and sees his captain sort of like listening to this, and I imagine she's like just looking dumbfounded at the sounds, right? And he comes out not dressed in his normal attire, but just completely kind of throwing things on and kind of, is this, did I hear something? Is there a distress call? As if like they haven't had action in a while, and like he's actually clamoring to get out there and do something. I heard someone needed some help. Please, Meg, if you have any heart inside of you at all, you'll let me off of this ship. I need to see something. Anything except for the hull of this thing. We've been floating out here for how long now?
And you see that your captain, Ellen Peterson, is stark white. And she just kind of slowly looks to you. And she says, "Did you hear that? That was my voice."
And now that he's like actually stopped to think about it, he looks at you. Yes, I knew that. Yeah. Well, you're right in front of me. So, what do you need? I'm more than willing to help, but it doesn't look like you're in much distress here on the ship.
No. She just kind of shakes her head and she says, "No, we have a mission. We must go to this ship. We must get this package and we must deliver it back. This could mean us getting out of this kind of job, Radon. If we do this and if we don't fuck it up, we could get on to bigger, better jobs."
As you say this and sort of like enthrall him and like, ooh, yeah, story. Oh man, like possibility of promotions. Like he's like, Say no more, Ellen. I will get my things. I will get my guns and my attire, and I'll be out there in a moment. But are you going to be okay? You look whiter than my shaving cream.
Captain, don't let him fool you into thinking he actually cares about you. It's pretty obvious that the quickest way to get Radon interested in anything is to make it about him. You see the way his eyes lit up when you gave him that possibility of advancement and promotion? Ray, take a look around. Listen with your ears. Did you hear what was coming over the transmission?
Yes, I heard it. It was a woman calling for help. But
do I need to grab a light bulb and hold it over your head while pointing at the captain?
Okay, look, I understand. I I understand, but I don't understand. And if it just means that we're going to have to do something weird and unconventional, I'm willing to do it. All right? Look, Jupiter, I know you're not going to understand, and quite honestly, these last 2 years have been a tumultuous time between the two of us. But I hope you'll understand when I say that, look, this could be a good thing for us. This could mean better things.
I've told you, and I kind of look over at the others. I've told him, haven't I? Stop saying us. I don't care in what context it is, Ray. There is no us. Stop using the term us. If it's going to get you off this ship, I'm all for it too. Captain, are you sure you're okay? That was not ordinary.
And you can see that a bit of color is coming back to her face, but not much. And she said, yes, it couldn't have been me. Probably just one of the survivors and just sounded like me. And they forgot to turn off their damn music. Everyone, get ready, get geared up. We head out in 5.
I don't know, Ray. I'm kind of siding with Jupiter on this one. It sounded pretty serious. I mean, multiple hull breaches? I don't want to see my baby go through that.
Are you serious right now, CB? We have gone through so much together. I've seen you dive through asteroid fields without a scratch. And if this is going to scare you off, I mean, I feel like I'm the only one here that wants to do this.
I mean, we end up doing it. You just come. No, fine.
What
You want to do this?
What was that?
You would. You really want to do this?
I'd really rather not be dying of boredom in a transporter ship.
It's the last mission, Ray. We're almost...
Heroics and there. Listen, it could be Ellen, it could be some other damsel in distress, but they are in distress, and that is a distress call.
Jupiter turns to Kyra. If he talks about damsels in distress one more time, you're gonna have to stop me from hitting him again.
Problem is, sweetie, is that you're the one that let him. You're
supposed to be on my side. No, you are not supposed to be giving him fuel. I can see you smiling, Ray.
It's not that they're sis. It's that he's an asshole. Right?
Granted.
Noted, yes.
Yeah, you shouldn't wear that like a badge of honor, sir. As I've told you for the last 2 years, it's not something that is to be glorified or is even attractive.
I'm blunt. There's nothing else about that. I know what I am.
No, what you are is a little man with an enormous ego, and it's very frustrating.
Okay, simmer down. This isn't turn on Ray. Obviously, we have bigger things to worry about. Captain, were you able to triangulate the communication coordinates?
Yes. We have located the distress signal in the bridge. And she goes up to you, CB, and hands you this very big, almost brick-like thing with like a bunch of little knobs and dials on it and a little antenna, and on it is this little just kind of beacon on it, and you can see there's a soft little blip on it. She says, "Here, this is the coordinates in the ship to where this package is. I mean, it should be in the cargo hold, but at this point, we should be ready for anything. No surprises. Now, is everyone ready?"
Can we stop calling the damn thing a package and tell us what it is? What are we getting, Captain?
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Then how are we going to know when we find it?
We have the serial number. LS18773. Should be on the side of the package. I'm not sure how big it is, so we might need to bring that transporting platform over there. Jupiter, why don't you go get it?
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll head over and get that as she's just kind of securing her pistol that's on her side and her short blade that is in the back of her suit. And yeah, go over and grab that thing.
Yeah, and you can kind of describe to me what it looks like. It is meant as kind of a futuristic forklift, handheld forklift that you can raise up packages and move them around easily.
I see it that it's kind of a it's relatively compact and flat, but it has a section that once you need to secure a package, you take this part off, put it around the other end of the package, and it uses electromagnetics to kind of grasp whatever it is, and kind of like a repulsor technology to be able to move it around.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So you kind of grab that thing, and you all step into this large semi-cylindrical room with 4 or 5 little pads on it. And you know that you are supposed to step on these pads so you can be transported to the other ship.
I hate this part. It ain't right getting all scrambled and put back together again.
It'll be over soon. Let's just get this over with.
Jupiter, as she kind of positions herself, she shoulders deliberately into Ray, which Ray's used to. She does this every time they transport. She just kind of gives them a bit of a shoulder check, and then turns to Kyra and puts her free hand on the back of Kyra's head and pulls it so that their foreheads are together, looking her in the eye, and she just says the same thing she says before every one of their missions. I'll see you on the other side.
And we'll finish it as usual, my friend.
All right. B, send us down. And you hear the specter kind of whirring, and bunch of knobs and buttons and levers are being pulled almost by themselves. And immediately you all feel this odd sensation. It's always reminded you of a roller coaster when you're just going over that first hill and you get that sense that your stomach is going into your heart, and you get that butterfly feeling. And at once you see blackness. And then slowly the visage of another cylindrical room, very, very similar, in fact, almost the same as the one that you had transported from. There are a set of doors that are closed that kind of entrap you in to this room. And you all see a figure slumped on the other side of these kind of frosted glass doors. And the captain puts her hand on the door handle to open it. And as she does so, you see a bloody, torn up figure of Captain Ellen Peterson on the other side. And she falls into this captain. And then the screaming begins. Both of the captains are screaming out in pain as soon as skin touch skin. And she looks to the rest of you as a pleading you to help her, and she reaches her arm out, but it lengthens. Just like this piece of dough. It lengthens and it elongates as she pulls her hand and tries to put it towards one of you. But it's not separating from where she had touched this other captain. And all of a sudden, her face begins to elongate. Her teeth, you can see the skin stretching down into this captain, and they almost seem to be coalescing together. They seem to be connecting. They seem to just be morphing together. Until there is only one captain. And this captain has scars and bruises and cuts and is missing limbs and missing fingers. And she looks up at all of you, breathing. She's after us. And she slumps to the ground. CB, what is your reaction?
Sorry, muted. So CB was already feeling ill coming out of the transport, as he usually does, and this just kind of sends him over the edge, and he immediately gets back on the comm, and he is just screaming over the comm, "Transport is back! Transport is back now!"
And you overhear, you hear this little click on your transporter, and you look, you probably have some sort of watch or just this device, and you see that there's a button flashing that says no signal.
Oh, damn it. And he just reaches for his side pack that's on his belt. And it's like a little leather satchel. And he flips that open, and there's the mender syringes that are in there. And he immediately just goes for one of those, and he like stabs it into the captain's leg and administrates one of those menders.
She begins to convulse at the effects of this drug, but her eyes remain glassy, milky. She doesn't move. She doesn't take in a breath.
Yeah, CB just looks back at his other companions. We gotta get her to sick bay now, damn it. Ray, don't just stand there.
I know. Did you just see what we saw? It's kind of... You're right. Hero time. You're a hero. You're a goddamn hero. And he pulls his large pistol from the side because he doesn't want to be taken by surprise, but he walks closer toward this woman that was his former captain, and extends his hand. Ellen, I know we didn't have the best relationship while I was on the ship, but I want you to know that we're here for you, and that whatever that disturbing thing was, I'm here to save you. Okay?
Jesus, Ray.
Ray,
What? Are you going to shoot her back to life? I pushed the gun out of the way.
That wasn't an option. I was going to shoot her to death if she attacked us, but,
Ray, damn it, she's in shock. She couldn't understand you anyway.
I think this is a little bit more than shock here. I mean, okay. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but I think it's more than shock.
All right, so what do you want me to do? Pick her up and take her with us?
No, once you get out of my damn way, Ray, and let the people that don't know how to do this can do what they do.
No, it's fine. Look, I'll...
And wait. Get out of my way, Ray. And she pushes him dead in the middle of his overly clean suit that he wears. And pushes him as far away as she can. And blue flecks start to coalesce around her body. And it gets more and more intense, and on her hands it starts to turn blue. And she puts both of her hands on the woman, or the person that used to be a woman, or the entity that used to be a woman, and she will cast Vivify, whatever I just call it. I'm sorry. It's a new spell to me. In 2 seconds. Starts with an art. What was it? Ready for this? There it is. Revitalize onto her.
And what does that do?
I expel a cooling blue wave of healing Astra. Target creature you can see within range. Hit points equal to 1d6 plus my spell casting modifier. I'm not going to boost. I just want to see if we put anything into her if she comes back. And knowing that this person looks to be dead, and that she needs to be as close as she can, she actually does put her hands on the body of this entity.
I can almost imagine that when you cast this, you put your hands down, and what usually happens is if you kind of raise them up a little bit, and the body kind of raises off of the ground away from any danger, and these lights just kind of circle around the body and try to find anything that it can heal, and it does so. However, when this body raises a little bit, you actually see that her middle section, though clothed, kind of dips down a little bit.
Yep, she's fucking dead. We should probably move on and just leave her body here. And she looks over to Jupiter and goes, "Come on, Jupe. There's nothing we can do for her. You've seen. It's the only blue thing I do, but I can heal things. And if it doesn't work on that, there's nothing on in all of space that's going to fix this woman."
Okay. Well, she looks to Ray and CB. CB, get control of yourself. We're going to have to move forward. Ray, now would be a good time for you to take that big gun out and get in front. I will cover the back. Let's see if we can find out whatever this package is and get out of here.
I bet you 5 glint CB pops again there, girl.
CB just cringes, but he'll close the captain's eyes and still himself.
We can try to take it back with us when we're done here. Did the captain have something, or do we have something that's leading us to this signal, or just what she said, the last thing she said, that it's on the bridge?
So she said that the distress signal was coming from the bridge. She did give CB like this huge device that tracks the package.
Yeah, so CB would pull it out, and it's got like this like green screen, and he like flips these big turn knobs, and it's like, and it has a blinking light. All right, looks like we should go that way.
And you see actually that this little blip on your screen is quite close to you. And as you kind of exit this pod area, this room, you find that you're actually in the storage bay. There are boxes, there's crates, there's various other like tethers and ropes and nets and everything like that. Very, very similar to your own ship, in fact. CB, you spend quite a bit of time down here, and you recognize the meticulous way you hang up the nets and the ropes and the cinching devices to keep down these packages in case of turbulence. You have never seen anyone else quite as meticulous as you are from your past training, and you recognize this order as you kind of step out.
CB takes a moment, takes this in, looks back at Ray. Ray, you got to make me a promise. If that happens to me, just don't hesitate.
That's not going to happen to you. That's first and foremost. You've been my friend for how long now? I'm not going to let that happen to you. Do you understand? It's not going to happen. But, look, I will respect you. If it comes to that, I'll do what you ask. But let's not talk about that, okay? No one's losing anybody tonight. Nobody. Not on my watch.
I look back at all you, and I look back at my communication wristlet there, and it still has a red light. Even if we find the package, we've got no comms back to our ship, or maybe this is our ship. How do we get off of this ship once we find the package?
There has to be escape pods. There's escape pods on every ship. there, CB.
Do we have escape pods on this ship?
Yes, on your ship, you would have escape pods.
Yeah. On my ship, we would have escape pods. I don't know what ship this. It looks like our ship. Damn it!
Looks exactly like our ship.
I know it looks like our ship.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, CB, as he can clearly see you're starting to panic. Remember what I said, CB. Breathe. Breathe. When you start to panic, what happens?
He throws up.
We make sloppy decisions. That's what happens. We breathe.
No, she's right. I throw up.
Yeah, no, I know. You throw up.
But look, this is serious, Ray.
I know. But look, I'm being serious. I'm trying to help you here. Breathe, and it'll be okay. Let's just make a decision.
Let's just find this.
While they're talking, Jupiter just kind of looks at Kyra and moves to the corner of this cargo bay where on their own ship there are some old fuel cells that were dented. They were damaged a while back, and we just shoved them in the corner because CB said they can't be used, so we stuck them in the corner. So first off, she's looking to see if there's 3 dented fuel cells in the corner. I picture them being like these 3-foot tall, like 10-inch diameter cylinders.
You do see 3 cans, but only 2 of them are dented.
She glances back at Kyra one more time. And then I'm going to go to the corner, and I'm going to take the one that's the closest in the corner, take a deep breath, and I'm going to move it. And what I'm looking for is about 3 months ago, Kyra and Jupiter were hanging out down here. We're pretty drunk, and Jupiter may have scratched an unflattering illustration of Ray into the paint of the Durasteel wall. So when she moves the canister, what does she see?
You see the picture. The picture is there, but it's different. It's unflattering in there, but there's something beside it. It looks newer. Just like it was freshly scratched. And beside it, it says, "It was all my fault."
Hey, Jupe? What are you doing over there, girl?
Nothing. I just needed to see something. I think Jupiter's going to keep this to herself. I don't know if Kyra remembers because she was pretty wasted.
Yeah, like stupid wasted. Chocolate wasted. Yeah, she just rubs it off a little bit and goes back to admiring one of her favorite pastimes, and that's CB and Ray arguing.
I'm going to do something that I rarely do, and don't let it go to your head, but I'm going to agree with Ray. We need to get moving.
Seriously?
Wait, are you talking to me?
All of us. I don't want to be on this ship any longer than we have to. I think we need to get going, get this package, see if we can restore either communication back to our ship, or we just got to go. And she would actually, to kind of put a point on it, she just reaches back and just sing and pulls her short sword out.
No reason for weapons right now, girly.
Yeah, I'm just being cautious.
Ray looks at you and he's like, "Oh my god. If you would let me, I would kiss you right now."
You kiss her, I'm gonna light you up with lightning, Ray.
Points the sword right in your face. Don't even try it.
Right. Well, as soon as we can find this package, if we can get back to the bridge, I may be able to restore communications.
CB, during this time, are you kind of looking around this area, kind of following this little blip on your device?
Yeah, I imagine he's just like hot, playing hot cold basically with this thing.
Yeah, it kind of like does like this boop, 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 boop. And you see in front of you there is this fairly large box crate. It's about 4 feet high and 4 feet wide. And stamped onto the side of it is the serial number LS 18773 on it.
Well, here it is. LS18773.
Ray looks at the box. And it's for a moment he goes quiet, but then he goes, no. That was too easy. Like, exceptionally easy. I expected we would come on a ship and based on what we saw in the other room there, it just doesn't make any sense.
And he's saying that outwardly?
Yeah.
Okay. For the first time, I think I agree with Ray. What the hell is going on here? Are we... Why does this ship look so much like ours? Are they all the same? I don't know. We've been in the same boat for 10 years, for 2 years.
I wonder. What if our rooms are on here? If our
CB,
room...
that's a question. It's really
No,
just for you.
they. I mean, yes, if they're the same model, they would have the same structure. But no, I mean, it's not going to have the same. Look, I know how I bind those nets. Nobody else would have done that. And what do you mean too easy, Ray? Look, did you not see what happened to the captain? We lost a captain.
We lost 2 captains there, friend.
2.
Both, yes. I know that, but I'm saying, like...
Why would you want this to be any hard?
Because...
Look,
CB.
we found the box. Let's just get to the bridge, restore communications, and get the hell off this nightmare.
He's slightly disappointed. He thought that, like, there was going to be gunfire and Hail Marys and things like that, and there's not, and now he's like...
Please tell me Ray is talking in the third person right now.
Yes.
He probably is.
He's so disappointed.
I love it.
Ray thought there was going to be things, and there are things now.
Yeah, see, I hate it when he does this. All right, hey Meg, can I roll a perception, investigation, whatever you want for the room, because I'm now starting to get that deja vu thing as well of this being exactly like what we left.
Yes, you may.
So what can I roll?
Investigation, perception.
I'm gonna roll investigation soon. I have a +9 to it. I mean 11. Sorry. Ooh, that's quite good. That is a 29.
You see, being on a ship for 2 years, you get to know every nook and cranny, every flake, every little dent, every memory. And it just hits you. And you are certain that this is your ship. And suddenly, you hear Jupiter screaming. And no one else hears this but you.
What? Jupe? It's okay. What's going on? Wait. And does she look over and is she screaming? Or is that
No.
my perception of what I hear?
Jupiter, you heard nothing.
No, Jupiter's actually moving toward the box. So
Yeah. Wait. No, Jupe. It's all right, girl. It's
what? I know it's okay, Kyra. It's just a box. I just want to get a closer look at it.
No. You were just screaming. I think.
I wasn't. I'm not.
It's all right. I did have some of that bourbon, like I don't know, a couple hours ago. I don't think this stuff's watered down, right?
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. I did my thing in the other room, and it's and you see her hands kind of flick a little bit red, and right after it kind of coalesce all around her body again. Nah, I'm good. And she like flares her hands up a little bit. Nah, I'm real good. And she kind of like fixes her lapel on her on her uniform, and don't worry, it's all good. Let's get this box and get the hell out of here, huh?
Jupiter kind of is looking a little concerned at Kyra and gives sidelong glances at Ray and CB. And then she decides to just kind of does that thing where she looks at her and then looks at her again just to make sure. And then says, does anybody else want to know what's in this box?
Nah. Let's just take it to the ship and get the hell out of here.
Were you gonna open it?
I'm kind of curious. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Shut up,
You're
Ray.
always curious, Ray.
we do a job. It should be a part of our contract to know what we're doing it for.
Do you remember when I asked the woman that was named Ellen Peterson on our ship what was in the box? And she said, I don't know. Remember?
But now we have the chance to know. Megan, who would be next in line in the absence of the captain in the chain of command?
No, in fact, I think it would be Jupiter. To the possible dismay of CB.
And I think Jupiter would more pointedly look at Ray and just say, look, the captain's gone. I'm in charge for now. That means this is my mission. I say
what now? Hey,
and I say, you know the chain of command, Ray. We've been over this for ever since you came on board. We've been over this since the first mission. That if anything happens to the captain, I step in and take charge.
Job, Ray.
CB, how do you feel about this?
I don't give a
He
shit
crosses
what
his
you
arms
do.
very cross, like I'm very frustrated by this. I don't understand this. This should not be happening right now.
And Kyra steps in front of Jupiter and again lights her hands and goes, it's her job. Do your job. Open the damn box.
Look,
Under regulations, it does fall to Jupiter.
even if not, Standard protocol is whoever takes charge of a situation, regardless of their order of succession, is in charge. In either case, that's me. I'm not trying to be a dick about this, but I want to know what's in this box. If we're going to take this back to, and she kind of looks around, our ship, I want to know what we're taking back. We've already seen some pretty messed up stuff.
I mean,
It's not even up for debate, Ray.
I
Just
know.
help me.
I will help you.
What does this box look like, Megan? You said it's like 4 foot, like a cube, but
Yep.
does it have like electronic latches or straps or any noticeable way of opening it?
Yes, it is surprisingly mundane. It is only made out of wood, but and the slats are just kind of fitted together, but there is kind of a lid with a latch on it. It is not locked. And Jupiter, as you get closer to this box, you hear this humming noise, just like this.
I think Jupiter would almost subconsciously just start humming in the same key. Whatever sound it is, she's just like harmonizing with it.
And
The hell is that?
And suddenly you find yourself, Jupiter, humming this song. At first it was monotone. It was just this going up by maybe a half tone and then going back down. But as you kind of start to hum along with it, you can hear this song. In fact, you can almost hear it. No, in fact, you can hear it in your little earpiece that you have.
It's almost like a muscle memory. She's just slightly moving her feet to, it's kind of like you're not like doing the full dance moves, but she just does a couple of like cross steps. And I think of anybody, I think Ray would notice the dancing from their less confrontational past, that she's just kind of dancing to she doesn't even notice, doesn't even think to ask if anybody else can hear it, but she's just kind of humming along to this.
Ray,
but it's a real subtle.
Yeah, Ray, you look at her, you notice this. You also notice that her nose is bleeding. Little bits of blood is just beginning to trickle down.
That there's a moment where he kind of smiles, a little half smile for a minute, just watching her dance there and like humming that song, right? Because he can hear her humming, even though he can't hear the song coming back through. And he moves up closer to her because he's obviously following her lead now. And he then sees the blood on her face, and his smile goes to a frown. Jupiter? Jupiter? Hey, stay with me.
What?
Hey.
I'm right here, Ray.
Yeah, well, look at this. And he puts his hand, like a finger, underneath your nose and then like shows you the blood. You want to explain that to me?
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't happen when you're dancing, does it?
Oh.
It shouldn't happen when you're dancing, at least.
It might I don't know. Maybe the atmospheric pressure in here is
Are
off
you?
or
Are
something.
you? Were you about to say allergies?
No, no, no.
Allergies in a like a hyperbolic chamber? Yeah.
Not allergies. The atmospheric pressure. If it's
Okay.
off, I don't know. It's just a little blood. Jeez.
I know, I know, but
Just
I care. I want to make sure you're not. Look, don't.
just help me with the box, Ray.
Yeah,
I'm-
and once again, Kyra comes up and just puts her hand on Ray's chest, as she's done a million times before, when she's gotten a little handsy with her friend. I got this.
I can handle moving a box.
No.
Kira.
You're gonna take care of the box, and I'm gonna take care of my friend.
Okay.
It's okay, Kira. Let's just open the box. And she just kind of wipes one more time.
Yeah, and she kind of puts an arm around her and backs her up a bit as the box is about to open.
And I think she would open the box. She said it's got a latch on it. So I think she's like she's got
She said it
her.
was unlatched completely.
Oh, it wasn't locked. It's just got a regular latch on it, right?
Yep. It's
So-
not locked, but it's latched.
She's got this short blade that's only like 2 feet long, and she just kind of does this where she pulls it along her body and then with her left hand reaches out. She's not stupid.
Yeah.
To flip the latch and then motion to Ray to grab the other side
Ray grabs the other side.
and start lifting it open.
And when she's seen her friend do this countless times before, because they've been working together for quite a time, I would like to ready a spell.
Okay. So what are you waiting
You
for?
want-
Like in case anything like jumps
Well,
out,
just,
or
yeah, just in case. And
The
you know,
space
again, the
version
red
of a Jack in
Astra.
the Box.
Yeah. You know, the red energy kind of starts to coalesce around her body again. It's actually for her, it's a little pinker than red. But you know, it's definitely gathering. You guys seen this a million times. You know, she's definitely ready to spell.
so Jupiter, you're opening the box, right?
That is correct.
You open the box and you look inside. It's not as big as the box might have meant, like as you might have expected. The object inside only, comes up to about 3/4 of the height of it, but it does, the base of it does take up the whole length and width. And it's this magnificent crystal. Just these crystal growths, kind of like these long pillars that are coming off of this base. And the base is this weird black gelatinous something. But what comes out of it are these just beautiful pillars of these crystals. They sparkle, they're iridescent, they're different colors. And they almost seem to move, to
May I ask
waver
what
the
colors,
light.
please? May I ask what colors?
Red, blue, green, yellow.
Yeah.
And it just kind of dances, almost as if the northern lights were encapsulated into this crystal, or into this shape. And it's just beautiful. It's breathtaking.
I think Jupiter would audibly gasp.
Those are the colors of Astra. Exactly the colors of Astra.
Right. Okay, so we've seen what's in the box. Can we please close it up and get it on the lift?
That's got to be a lot of glint.
No, wait. Let me take a look at this. Please. This. And she says like this like 5 times in a row probably. It's fascinating. And her voice drops probably an octave. And I would love to run an astro check on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
11 plus 5, so 16.
So you see that it is, in fact, it does look very close to the colors of Astra. There's something a bit off about it. There is no question that this item has some connection with Astra, but there's something else, something nagging at you about this thing. And as you kind of get a closer look, you see this dark shape inside of this crystal.
And only I see it?
Yes, because
Yeah.
It's just this very, very dark shape. But CB, we're gonna just go to you quickly. What are you doing while the girls are kind of looking inside this box, or are you looking in the box as well?
No, I would imagine like he's probably flipping knobs or switches on his communicator, trying to get a signal out.
You are looking at your communicator, which has this green screen on it, but it kind of flickers. For an instant, you blink a couple of times, it's gone, but then it flickers again. And you see and you hear gunshots. And you see gunshots in your, like, on your screen. And you see that these gunshots are huge and that they're barreling into the side of a ship. The ship is being knocked around in space. You see yourself running up and down the mechanical bay, twisting knobs, turning, pressing buttons very, very skillfully. You know what to do. You know what to do to save this ship. And you're doing it. And you see this. You see this on your screen.
Ray.
Yes, yeah. What? He also was sort of taken in by these crystals and like looking at the box and looking what was there, and then all of a sudden, CB chants his name out and he shakes his head. Yeah. What is it, CB?
Look at this.
Use your words, man.
Look at the damn screen.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, what the hell? This is. Do I see what he's talking about? Like when he hands me the screen, do I see what he's talking about?
When you look at the screen, you see a white picket fence. You see a house. You see a dog playing in the yard. And out from the front door, you step. You look less haggard, less tired. You look happy. You're well dressed. And from behind you steps a very nicely dressed Jupiter. From the days when you were together. And she has a carriage that she has pushed out. And in it you hear the soft coos and the gurglings of a baby.
Yeah, looking at this screen, obviously what CB saw was scaring him, but then this image, Ray's frozen for a moment. There's a smile that comes over his face, but he like shakes it off like, mm, mm. CB, are you? Why would you be scared of this?
Why would I be scared? Because if this is gonna happen to our ship, we're gonna die here, Ray.
Well, I don't know about a ship, but I mean that's a very nice house, and that's
A house. That is clearly our ship. That is clearly me trying to save this ship from being blown to pieces.
well, I don't know what you were looking at, but
What in the hell are you two idiots talking about?
nothing.
Look, we gotta get to the bridge. We gotta restore communication so we can get off the ship.
He takes a look at your comm, like the screen, for as long as he possibly can before you take it from him. Yeah, no, you're right, CB. We do need to move. We do need to go. We need to gain some sense of order and understanding of what's going on here. And if you're right, and what you saw was the ship being attacked, we need to get off of the ship as soon as possible. The last thing we want to do is be on here when the guns start firing.
Could you two stop babbling? I'm trying to look at these beautiful crystals. I'm assuming that was all simultaneous, right?
Yep.
So, as she's looking harder into the crystals, what does this visage actually look like?
It's hard to tell. It keeps changing, morphing. Sometimes you think you see an arm, a leg, a head, a tail, horns.
But it looks humanoid-ish.
Ish.
Yeah, ish. Okay. And I get close, but not close enough to touch. Just to see if I can, and I kind of look around the crystal. I've walked around it maybe twice, and I never get a clear picture, do I?
No, but this thing kind of turns to you very suddenly, and two white eyes open up, and immediately you see this maw full of teeth, full of rows and rows and rows of teeth dripping with this green ichor. And it's opening its mouth, it's coming at you, and you hear this great roar as you see this behemoth, this leviathan in space. And just as it is about to consume you, you snap back and the eyes are gone.
And she does audibly scream. Probably not something any of you have ever heard her do before.
What the hell was that?
There's something in that crystal. When I looked into it, it's like a. Remember how we've read about that there was whales back on Earth? No, do you remember?
What?
Do you remember in school where they talked about back on Earth, there was all the sea and the marine life that was in the sea?
Yeah, sure. You know, I didn't really pay attention to that stuff.
Well, you should have because there was some really good freaking information, girl. But you met, so it was like in space. I can't even believe that I'm saying this.
Okay, she's babbling.
You tell me I'm babbling one more time, Raymond, and I'll shoot a lightning bolt down your throat, and you'll be gone from all of
I
this.
haven't heard you scream like that before, okay? Ever. And truth be told, as much as it gives me a little bit of emotional pleasure to hear you screaming for the first time,
Yes, because you boys want to be with me, just like my best friend. How is that? You all hear this? That's a pretty catchy tune, no?
are you all hearing this?
Is everybody hearing?
Does everybody hear that at once?
Yes, everyone all of a sudden hears that.
Now, is it out loud or is it over the comm links?
It seems to be over your comms.
Kyra rips the comm unit out of, if it's a headset or whatever, off of her head and throws it on the ground.
That's got to be coming from the bridge.
Do you want to know something that I noticed when I was looking around here, guys? This looks extraordinarily like our ship. Notice that?
CB kind of hangs his head low a little bit.
Ordinarily like where I carve notches in the top of the doorway there, and I started doing that for when I didn't think we were going to be on this ship for 2 years. They're there, CB.
I know. He puts his hand like he bends down, takes a knee, and puts his hand on the ground. This is Celeste. I don't know how, but it's her.
I would like to go. Is there a porthole? Any window out of this ship at this point?
Not in where you guys are yet. This is kind of the cargo.
But I would know where that is.
Yep. Yeah, you just have to go up the stairs a little bit.
I want to see if our boat is over there, because if we can't be on our boat and our boat be over there, right? She just looks puzzled.
So you go up the stairs. You find a little bit of a porthole to look out of. And in the distance, you can make out a ship. Your ship.
And it looks like ours.
Exactly like yours. Floating out in space.
And it looks whole. Looks like what we would normally see.
Yep, looks like it is waiting for you to beam back up into it.
Guys, Celeste is there, as you call it, CB. Probably 100 clicks that way.
Right.
No, it's not right, Jupe.
No,
It's fucking over there.
no, I'm saying right. I'm agreeing with you. As I close the lid on the box, and I just automatically start taking the mag lift, extending it, grab the little piece that goes around the other side, activate the mag connectors, activate the repulsor, so that I can start moving this thing.
Hey, Jupe. 'Cause you're
What?
in charge. Can you tell? Can you tell him to see if we can leave? And she's just
tell who?
staring out the porthole. It's not.
All right, listen up.
You
Listen up. We've secured the package.
there's something
And-
in that package.
Yeah, a whole hell of a lot of glints worth of crystals. But before we go, I just want to take a look at the bridge.
CB, see if we can leave first. If we can leave, CB, I don't give half a life about this bridge.
Look, we can't leave. We have no. We can't communicate back with the ship to have them transport us.
All the consoles are on the bridge. It's okay, Kyra. Let's
You
go.
don't know what I saw in there, Jupe. You don't know what I saw in there.
What do you mean what you saw? It's a box full of crystals.
No, okay. So now, I have a thing, right? I can use this Astra and I can make things happen that don't make a lot of sense, right, Jupe?
Right.
Okay, well, I also can look into things and see Astra, right?
Okay.
There was a thing inside this crystal, and it looked at me. And like I said, when I was trying to tell you, it looked like the things that they talked about back on Earth.
Ever since we were kids, you've been seeing shapes in the Astra. It's just like when you look up in the sky and you see the clouds, or you look in the nebulas, you
And
see
you also
things.
talk about that is because of what happened to my family, and that's why this is what happened to me. But this is not
Kyra,
it, girl.
you've been drinking. Not a great way to go into a mission, I'll admit.
But it's the only thing that makes me forget about that day, girl.
Well, yes, we know.
My whole family fucking blew up, Jupe.
You haven't even brought this up in years. Why is this surfacing now?
Because I haven't seen Ryan in 2 years.
Well, you're not going to see him here on the ship. Let's just go to the bridge. Ray, get your big freaking gun and let's get moving.
And she's
CB,
distraught.
get ready to start taking a look. Kyra, stay with me.
You haven't seen her this way since she was, 16. You know what I mean? Since, puberty, when you can't control your emotions.
Just
Ray
stay with me.
Ray looks to you, Jupiter, as you say this, and there's a brief moment where he remembers what was on the comm screen. And he looks at you and he just smiles and he says, "Yeah, anything for you, darling. Anything for you." All right.
Jesus, not now, Ray. Just go.
Fine. CB, let's go find the bridge.
All right. Well,
The sooner we can get answers.
if we're going, we better be prepared. And he takes off like this big pack that he's been wearing, and he sets it down, and it's kind of heavy when he does. And he opens up the satchel, and he pulls out this like baby-sized mechanical device that basically looks like a fishbowl with little vacuum tubes and whirligigs inside. And he takes out his art tool that looks like a big Swiss Army knife, and it's got all these like little attachments inside. And he just pulls this one out that looks like a wicked looking key. He sticks it in, and he winds up this droid to where the vacuum tubes start to come to life as the little whirligigs start to spin. And he sets it down, and it's on little treads as he activates the combat droid.
Awesome. Yeah, you hear this thing just kind of and just kind of comes to life almost. And so you guys are going to leave the cargo bay?
Yes.
Okay. So you leave, and Chad, can you roll me a...
Sorry, I was muted. I want to do something real quick.
Sorry, yeah.
As we're starting to leave the cargo bay, probably only Jupiter notices this because she's kind of tending a little bit to Kyra, who's clearly distraught. She reaches inside her pack and pulls out what looks like a very old doll's head. And she just kind of holding it in her hands. I know. And she's just under her breath talking to it as she's walking forward.
Which would make Jupiter a little worried.
Yep, because you know she only does that when she's really bad. Sorry.
Yeah. Chad, can you roll me a d8, please?
A D8. Okay, 1 second.
Yes.
Oh, I need to get a D8 out. I didn't have one out. Hold on. What is wrong with me not having all of my dice prepared?
I got one of my pretty.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Where are you? I know what.
Limited edition Kraken dice.
There you go.
I don't work for them.
3.
You walk into this room. I want you to tell me what room it is. Chad, right on.
Yeah. So this room, so we're walking away from the storage unit back into whatever lift area we walked into, and then the next room we would probably walk into would be I think we're gonna walk into we're gonna head toward the bridge, but this is probably somewhere where CB spent a lot of time. It's like the repair bay, right? Like the repair and mechanics bay. As we were walking past that, and he looks to CB. Hey, buddy, I'm sorry for not trusting you back there. I haven't seen you this flustered since the last time we went to Ozen. Am I right? Like, it's a really difficult thing, I understand, but we're gonna get through this. Don't worry. It's gonna be okay.
It was the last mission. The last one. Now this.
It's your last mission. I don't intend to retire after this. But look, it's been you and me for a long time, buddy. I'm not gonna let you go out without a bang. I promise. Okay? Look, and he looks down at your droid, like the little roller droid. I don't know what we're gonna see on this ship. I just want you to know that I'm glad you're here with me. Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys walk into this room, and you see boxes, crates. Shouldn't be there. This room, though it looks like the repair bay from your ship, looks brand new, sparkling, shining, not a fingerprint on any of the chrome finishings, on any of the buttons, on anything. And there are boxes, one titled CB, one titled Radon, one titled Kira, and one titled Jupiter.
CB, this is not. No, this has got to be a different ship. It's got to be a different ship. This is not your repair bay. I've seen your repair bay. They're like, this is as if we bought it off a brand new cargo hold. He runs a finger along like one of the chrome handrails. Yep. Not a scratch on it.
Why are there boxes with our names on it?
I was just going to ask you that too. And you can see that like his hand is like visibly wrapped around his blaster as he heads towards the boxes. Look, after all of that mess back there in the cargo hold, I don't want to take any chances. But clearly, They're boxes for us. But if this isn't our ship, then who else would have put these here for us?
Oh, hell of a lot more questions than there are answers.
Yep.
Jupiter's going to go to the box with her name on it and open it.
At the top, there's a picture of a white picket fence. Beautiful blue house. In front of it, there you are, clean cut, hair nicely done up, dress. And you are holding the hand of your son. And beside you is Radon. And you both are smiling at the camera.
This isn't real. This...
I mean, it feels real, Jupiter.
No, this can't be. This never happened.
Oh. What do you mean this never happened? And he's saying this as he's picking up his own box to move it over to look at it himself, right?
And I think Jupiter, she takes the picture and she folds it so that the child is not visible. So that all that's visible is her in these yellow heels and this blue and yellow polka dot dress and her hair done up, and Ray wearing a suit, the kind that was in fashion back then, with the flared collars and the very thin tie and the stupid chrome halo around the head that Jupiter never liked. But she holds it up so that Ray can see just the picture of her and Ray standing in front of the white picket fence and the house that's painted in a blue color with white trim and dark shutters, exactly like they talked about when they were together. She holds it up and she says, "This, Ray, this never happened. This was two drunk, horny young lovers pillow talk. That's all this was. So why am I holding it in my hand, Ray?"
He stammers as you show him that picture. I'm for the moment he's speechless. Yeah, I don't know. I've he remembers
Suddenly-
the vision that he saw.
Sorry.
But he can't bring himself to say it.
And suddenly, Kyra rips that picture out of Jupiter's hand, and realizes that it's folded.
I don't know what to tell you, Jupiter. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore, but a long time ago, I wanted that to be real. And you did too.
That was just puppy love.
I'm sorry. That's all I'll say.
And Kyra opens the picture and drops it on the ground when she sees the baby in the picture.
At this moment, he's trying to do anything he can to distract himself from the onslaught of emotions that are coming from that picture, and he sort of yeah, well, look, if that was something that was in your box, clearly nothing of that caliber is going to be in this box. I promise you that. And he opens the box.
As he's about to open his box, Kyra steps on the picture and walks over to her box.
So, Ray, as you open up your box, you see a picture. No, you see, not a picture, you see a baseball. And a mitt. This was your dad's. And it is worn, old, and worn. And you see that there's a little note inside of the glove.
There's an old saying about space that you can't hear sound in the vacuum of space. Literally, even if he were to try to make words, the sound that would be coming out of his mouth would be absolutely nothing. His mouth is completely agape. And you can clearly see that tears are falling from his eyes, but as soon as the tears happen, he wipes them away, and he holds the glove in his hand, still inside the box, not showing anyone. He opens the glove up, though, and he pulls the little note like a fortune cookie from the glove and reads it.
It's a picture drawn by a child. And it says, and it has 3 little stick figures on it. And one of them says Ray. One of them says Daddy. And the other one says Grandpa over them.
Oh, God. Okay.
Hey, CB.
Yeah.
Can you? Can't do this, man. Can you open yours next? And she's still holding that porcelain doll head in her hand.
And CB would just kind of clasp Ray on the shoulder, give him a pat. In it together.
Get it together. Yeah. Get it together, he says. Yeah, no, you're right. I should get it together. There's no use crying in space, right? Yeah. I'm fine.
Yourself. This is not real. This isn't our ship.
Yeah.
There's no crying in baseball, Ray.
Something is obviously
There's no crying in baseball.
manipulating us.
Yeah.
And CB goes to his box.
And in your box, CB, there is a medal. And like a medal on a little ribbon that someone would attach to a uniform. And it says excellence on it, and it is one of those that you would get for doing something brave, something heroic. And you would also see in the box is a folded uniform. Something that an engineering officer would wear, with his name on it. And the third and final thing in the box is a little plaque that says, "Happy retirement, Cody Bixby."
Looks like
All right. That's enough show and tell. And she starts to walk out of the room before she gets to her box.
Hey now. He closes his own box, like still looking at it, but realizing he has to like close that chapter for a minute. Hey, we all went and opened our boxes. If we want answers, all of us are going to need to do this. That means you too, Kira.
Nope. No, I don't.
I think you should look in the box.
No, I don't really give two shits what's in that box. You know, because there's nothing. See, we had that night, right? Where we sat in the commissary and we finished that whole bottle. I told you the whole fucking story, okay? I don't want to look in that goddamn box. Because, you know, and she goes over and picks up the picture. Because if this is what's inside boxes, I don't need to know what's in a box.
Jupiter grabs
the first. It is, okay.
Jupiter grabs the picture. As soon as you hold it up, she snatches it. You know what? And she's just holding your gaze, trying to communicate without saying anything to you. You know what? If you don't want to look in your box, you're right. Maybe you shouldn't look in your box. Let's just continue on.
But I bet you're gonna, aren't you?
No. I'm not going to look in your box. Ray's not going to look in your box. CB's not going to look in your box. That's not even your... These aren't our boxes. Whatever's going on here, this isn't us.
And she, in a absolute moment of rage, the red Astra builds around her, and she shoots an Astra bolt at her box and explodes it.
The box bursts into a red flame of Astra, and everything incinerates. Till nothing is but a pile of ash. Jupiter, when this thing turns into ash, the smell of gas comes across your nose.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Kira, you've got to control that. She's just trying to... She's just trying to pretend she doesn't smell what she smells. You've got to control your Astra.
But what if I don't want to? Remember when we were on, 7-6, and you told me that I was allowed to shoot as many of those fucking little gobos as I wanted to.
Yeah.
All I saw was a gobbo. And does she smell that?
The gas?
Yeah.
Yes.
And just then she takes in a big whiff. Oh. And she falls to her knees.
Jupiter tries to catch you before you fall.
And you don't catch her in time. It's a thud. It's like 1,000,000 pounds dropped on the ground.
She's going to drop to her knees next to you.
Oh, no.
Grab your head. She's going to force your foreheads together. Kira, look at me. Look at me, Kira.
And it's getting very red around Kira at this moment.
Look at me. If you don't look at me, we can't see each other on the other side.
And she opens her eyes, and the most beautiful eyes that she's ever seen in her whole entire life come into focus.
It's you and me, Kira.
And it's just waterworks.
It's you and me. From this
It's
side
not
to the
fucking
other
real.
side.
Jupe. What is going on here? Who? I will kill everything in this building, in the ship, I'll blow this whole goddamn ship up with all of us on here. Because I was supposed to be gone that day.
Megan, do the I'm trying to think what they're called now. The menders, they're just healing. They're not like any kind of like sedative or anything like that.
No, they're just healing.
Yeah, I think just healing.
And the red is glowing like you would expect a spell to come out of her, but it's kind of enveloped the two of you, and she is hugging onto you harder maybe than she ever has since it's been the first day. Shut up your mouth. That song.
I think I'm gonna check something real quick. I think when that music starts playing, Kyra would feel Jupiter's fingers tighten on the back of her head, and then Jupiter just explodes upward, standing up, and she's holding her sword out, just pointing it up and everywhere, and just says, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!"
We need to move.
This is probably, I think, maybe Kira a long time ago, and maybe Ray even longer ago would have seen this. I don't know if CB would ever have seen Jupiter lose her cool like this.
Jupe, we need to move. You know that's the right thing to do. We need to move.
Ira is still visibly shaken and crying on the floor. Now, Ray, even you have had a moment with Kyra, where she bled her heart on you, and you know what her family situation is like. For you two that don't know that, her family was in their home, and it exploded to a gas leak. At least that's what the authorities have told. She doesn't believe that. And you can smell gas in this room, I'm assuming, after she blew that box up.
Kira, I'm not going to sit here and say that. I'm not going to be heartless and say that I don't understand what you're going through. I do.
No, you don't, Ray. fucking walk out of the room before I blow your ass up like I did that goddamn box.
Kira, do you want to live? Do you want to live? Do you want to find out what this is rather than jumping to conclusions?
Am I supposed to be alive, Raymond? Radon.
Well,
Sorry.
neither.
Am I supposed to be alive? The only reason I'm alive because I was with that girl right there, the one that you say that you love, and that's sorry that she can't reciprocate that love to you. But because I was with her, I'm not with my family anymore. And my brother was with her family back on.
When did all of this become about me and Ray, or you and me, or your family, or what happened so long ago?
When all I smell is fucking gas in this room, and when I see what you wanted and you talked about so many nights there, Jupiter, and I don't know what was in the other two boxes because I was too busy not wanting to open my goddamn box. But it doesn't seem like anybody had a good story. It doesn't seem like it to me.
Listen, good story or not, we need to move. Whatever was in that box, whatever's on this ship, isn't going to stop just because we open a couple of boxes. Now, I'm sorry, but line of succession be damned, we need to figure something out.
No, damn it. You're right, Ray. Kara, he's right. Whatever is happening, whatever is going on here, it's got something to do with this ship. It's got something to do with whatever's in that box. Whatever's
this
in
is our
these boxes. This isn't our ship.
Well, it looks just
But it
like our
is.
goddamn ship.
Kira,
But it's not.
look around you. Have you ever seen our ship's repair bay this spotless? I mean, CB is meticulous. I'll give him that. But this is like off the market clean.
And then she looks over to the left per se, and it's just blown up box with like scorch mark all over the place. Doesn't look so clean over there.
CB.
Yeah.
Where's the bridge? Where's the bridge supposed to be from here?
It's not far.
Right? It should be that way, right?
Yeah.
Then let's go, Kira. Let's go. Get up. And let's get moving.
She takes the porcelain doll head and puts it back in her bag. I love you, Jupe. You know that, right?
I know, Kyra. You know I love you too.
Yeah, not the same way I do. And she gets up and starts walking down the room.
All right. Let's get moving.
Yeah, and she doesn't hear you say that because she's already like scurried out of the room.
CB, can you recalibrate that glancer to pick up on any of the bridge signals that you would expect? Navigation control, helm control, life support systems, anything.
Yeah, I should be able to. Pulls out his arc tool. Starts fiddling with the comm link there.
Yeah, give me
Well,
a
no
tech
one is-
roll, please.
Absolutely. That is going to be 26.
You are able to shift and recalibrate this device to do one other thing. You get to decide what it is. Either you get to look at the life support in the ship. You get to look at any breaches in the ship, or you get to keep an eye on the distress signal or just the distress signal in general.
I think I'm gonna go with the life support. Being alive is important. So yeah, so he's like fiddling with it, and then he's like, damn, I need there. And he like goes over to where these little like tubes would be. And he pulls out this little drawer and he pulls out one of these little tubes and he just fixes it in there. All right, life support systems are at calibrating.
They are normal. A normal amount. Actually, you probably checked them before you left your ship, and they are exactly the same.
Well, we're not leaking air. That's good.
All right. Now, keep an eye on that, because if anything, short of a hull breach, life support systems are going to be the most important. Let's get to the bridge and figure out what the hell's going on.
Let's go.
So you guys go, open up the next door. Who is the first to enter or open the door?
Clearly, Kyra. She was the first one to leave the room.
Kyra, you open the door and are immediately greeted with the muzzle of a plasma pistol. And you hear this as the gun charges. And holding the gun on the other side of it is a very bloody, panting Cody Bixby. And that is where we're going to end.
You, damn it, I knew you were going to pull that.
I hate you so much.
Oh my God. I knew it was coming and I was still going, no. No, say roll for initiative or something.
You motherfucker.
It's like, ah!
Oh my gosh.
Her emotional state, that's not gonna work out well.
You know what you got to do, Ray. You know what you got to do.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh
Well,
man. And this is
Sorry, buddy.
This is just part 1 of 3.
Yes,
my
this
God.
is part 1 of 3.
That's
Can't this be
that's
part
so
of, like,
intense.
83?
What?
Can't this be part 1 of like 83?
No, see, this is part 1 of 3, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna in flashbacks do the other 98 missions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna be a 6-year-long campaign.
Just going backwards to number 1.
Hell yeah, these characters.
Oh man. I gotta say, Megan, one of my favorite things about the game BioShock was the use of that sort of retro music.
Mm-hmm.
And BioShock has that kind of retro future aesthetic to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when you just interrupt with that, those
So
music
good.
cues, oh man.
So good.
And I've never had the privilege until tonight of playing with Corey. I'm loving this dynamic that the 4 of us have. I should say the 5 of us have. Oh my gosh, this is just, this is
Holy
just
crap,
so
this
awesome.
is so fun. I'm loving these characters.
I'm like,
Oh,
I want to go grab another bottle of wine and just do the next 2 parts right in succession. Screw work. I'll take it. I'm calling sick.
can we just go? Like, I'm down, man.
I wish I
I'll do at least another 2 hours. Like, I'm good, man.
Absolutely. Alan,
I gotta prep the next session.
She was like, I only prepped for like 2-hour block. I
There you
didn't.
go.
Actually, I made a bunch of roll tables, and they're really helping out kind of the flow of the
That's
game,
super
which is really cool. But yeah, thank you everyone who watched this. This was super duper fun. I loved this, every second of it. We didn't introduce everyone at the beginning, so I will let everyone introduce themselves and anything they want to plug or anything like that right now. So we will start with Alan. Yeah.
All right, yeah. My name's Alan. I was playing Cody Bixby, the ship's engineer. I had a blast. Really enjoyed everybody's role playing and the theme of the setting. Love retro space punk. It's definitely one of my favorite themes, and I really enjoyed tonight. It was very fun. I'm looking forward to the next 2 sessions.
Anything you have to plug? I know you have a channel.
Yeah, sure. So you can check me out on Check for Traps on YouTube, and basically it's just like a bunch of live plays, and I've played with everyone here, and so feel free to check that out. And thanks again for inviting me to your game.
Can't hear you, Megan.
Yeah, my name is Corey. I played Kyra Satan tonight, resident crazy bitch, and good old Astra user. I do have a channel that I'm a part of. It's called the Dargon Gaming Squad, and Chris Johnson and I. Most of you probably know who good old Chris Johnson is. Yeah, it's hilarious. We're making a new setting called Sanchi, and come and check us out. We're gonna have games up here, probably fairly quick. We're doing some little in-house stuff to make sure we tighten it up first, but we're really excited to get that out to you guys. Again, Dargon Gaming Squad, come check us out.
Awesome. Yes, very good. And next is Chad.
Oh my god. This game is absolutely phenomenal already, and I can not wait to see where this thing goes. My name is Chad Nick. I played a lovable, egotistical bastard named Radon Rogers. And I'm really, really excited to see where this goes. You can find me over on the YouTubes at Chad Nick on my channel. I also play over on Dice on Ice and over on Performance Check. And I also play over at the RPG Construct, which will be having a game tomorrow, if I believe correctly. So I'm really, really excited for all that. And this game has been wonderful. I love this aesthetic. I love this game. I love these players. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you for playing. And last but definitely not least, Jake.
So I am Jake, also known as on Twitter at MTD_Jake, and everywhere else on the internet, including YouTube and Twitch, as Mini Terrain Domain. I do terrain crafting, but I also run a ton of games, and I would say at this point, 80% of my games feature Megan, or I'm playing in games run by Megan. I'm also one half of the podcast Something RPG-ish with Drake, the RPG Construct, and I specifically wanted to bring that up because I also am in the Dragon Grin Chronicles game that Chad mentioned, and that will be streaming tomorrow night, Friday, on the Something RPG-ish Twitch channel live, and then it will be available later on the RPG Construct YouTube channel. But Megan is one of my players in a weekly D&D Tomb of Annihilation campaign, Chilled to Personality. I also do live streaming of one-shots. We've got a Harbinger campaign coming up on my channel on Twitch, twitch.tv/mini-terrain domain, where Megan is going to be one of the bastards of Bastion. That's going to be a 5-week campaign starting in May. Pretty much if you Google mini terrain domain, you'll see a whole just ton of stuff I'm doing. I'm doing games all this month in particular. And I just want to pile on what everybody else is saying. I'm loving this aesthetic. Megan is a master of creepy, and Megan is also just nailing this whole genre, and everything that's happening. I mean, look at this overlay. Look at this presentation, everything about it. So if you're not subscribed to Dice on Ice, don't be dumb. Just hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell that turns on your notifications, and tell everybody that they should be watching Dice on Ice.
Trifoth is a real thing.
Yes, thank you, everyone. And of course, like, I think that a DM is only ever as good as the players. So, and these are 4 wonderful, wonderful players. I would not, they're just some of the best. And thank you for everyone who is watching, supporting, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune in next on the 20th. April 20th, which is Mission 99, Session 2, entitled Put On My Bulletproof Suit. So I hope you guys all tune in, and thanks for watching. Have a good night.